Hello, I am the Dance of Life dancer, and welcome to part 4 of 7 days in hell. As I said, please, paramedic, please, God in heaven, check the chart, please check the chart. I was in cell block number 3. The burned guard, the people, the creatures tried to shut me up. They hit me, they cut me, they burned my eyes. They beat me, they struck me. However, my will to live was so much stronger than they were. I kept screaming into the barren hallway at the fading ambulance workers. Death, the face of death, was now standing in front of me. The angel of death. As I grew so weak, flesh torn away from its place, soaked with blood, the blood of death. The next thing I saw again were 2 black figures and a black big hearse. They were wheeling and carrying me down the hallway. I looked in it. It was a coffin, a gray coffin. As they were placing it in the back of the hearse, to my frozen horror, I looked and saw inside the coffin, and my mind snapped. I fell straight on my face, bashing the stone barren rock wall into my nose as blood spit all over the floor. My dear God Jesus, it was me laying dead, wrapped in a white satin sheet. There, laying dead in a coffin. Susan, the dance of life, who loves life more than anything, dead forever. Dead forever. To spend all eternity in hell. My God, I snapped. I screamed, beat my head, fell all over the floor, screaming out for God. I snapped, I screamed. I begged God, I said, God out for a second chance. As I regained what was left of me on the floor, I could see in the corner of the wasteland 2 large reptile lizard demon-like creatures. They were talking at each other, but I could not understand none of the words. Only I knew what they were saying were things so evil, so full of total pure hate. I tried to crawl in the corner of the cell. They were looking at me, laughing, with pure, total hatred. No love, no mercy, for there is no mercy in this place. No love, no rest, no life there. There was no life here. As I came back to myself, I was in the back of the cell again. The other guy in cell number 2 next to mine was now saying he needed help. And I figured that's how I could get some help, if I tried to help him. As I did not understand any of this, but I screamed out loud as I could into the dark, strange, dead, empty room. The guy in the center cell said he was dying. He needed help. So I started to scream out loud to no avail. I called back to Stephen Jackson. I said, "What's wrong?" This time Stephen moved out. This time Stephen moaned out as if he was in pain too. He moaned that he had cut himself with something. And he did something terrible to himself. He tried to kill himself. I did not know what he did to himself. I told Stephen to scream out with me, God help me. And I said, do not stop screaming out loud. At first, I couldn't get him to do it. But then he did it for a while, screaming out loud, God help me. Along with it was the screams of thousands of people in pain, in total agony. The place was full of death. I could no longer scream, but I still did. I forced myself to scream. For my life to be saved. And for Stephen to keep screaming, I pleaded and begged him. Keep screaming out loud, God help me, God help me, God help me. Then I saw a figure in a metal door. The doorway, 10 feet or so away out of the cell. I was totally startled. I knew in an instant, as a grip of total terror swept through me like ice water being dumped all over me. I slowly said, "My dear God, it's Jesus." I'm seeing, and I saw the face of Jesus. I saw Jesus about 5 seconds. Then I heard Stephen say something like, or something that again looked like they were once human-like figures. It was, but they were burned in a fire, all twisted, mangled, charred up, as if in a fire. They came, all three came to my door, and I screamed out loud, "He needs help, Stephen, in cell 4. He needs help." These burned people, creatures, demons, whatever they are, they were so pure evil. They were laughing with death running in their eyes. I could tell that these creatures, these people, these things, they were burned. They were incapable of understanding life, pain, mercy, or anything. They were totally pure evil. They moved and went to Stephen's cell. Then they, without helping him though, they didn't help him. I began to scream again very loudly to these creatures. "No, stop, he needs help, he's dying." I said to Stephen, "Did it work?" I asked Stephen after the demon creatures left. Stephen said his voice was full of pain and mortified. He said, the voice in a crying manner, "No, God, I don't want to die." As I was banging on the door so hard my fist turned black and blue and was full of pains and was broken. I said, "Stephen, please, it's your life. Call out again for help." Stephen said, "They think I'm the devil. They think I'm Satan. They call me the devil. They think I'm evil, but I'm not. I am life. I'm not evil. I am life." I was in total misunderstanding of what he meant. I said, "What is wrong? My God, what is wrong?" The voice said, "I am not Satan. I am life. I am only love. I only love to go places and dance." I said, "What do you mean?" Stephen said, "I love to go places and dance. I am the dance of life." I fell over on the floor saying out loud, "My God, what is this? What's happened to me?" As I froze with tear, with fear, as if a bucket of frozen water was suddenly dumped all over me, and a cold sweat of hot frozen fear in my mind. As I realized something is wrong here. I'm in a cell 3, yet seeing and hearing myself dying in another cell in the next room. I'm in cell 3, but I'm hearing myself dying in cell 2 in the next room. Something's wrong. My God, I screamed out, "What's happening to me? Where am I at? What is this? Am I out of my mind?" I heard Stephen say, "Thank you, Susan, for the help. You tried." Then I saw his face flash before me in the corner of cell block number 4. It was my own face. I had just died again. On the verge of dying again. I began to scream. My voice was gone, but I screamed anyway. "No, please, God, I don't want to die and go to hell. No, please, God, no, God, no, 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 no." I heard a voice booming out, "No." Then I saw a brighter than life, bright white figure in a place where Jesus was seconds ago. "Oh my God," I said to myself out loud. "My God in heaven, I know who this is, because I felt it. I am seeing God himself. It's God's face, pure white. I could not see his actual face, only the outlines of a pure white beard, a loving kind of face, the face of pure love, bright beyond what you could even see. It was a face of pure good. I somehow knew, as I reached out to him, pleading with him, "Please, God, save my life." I'll change. I live for you. I'm sorry I did so wrong. I'll spread your word, the word of you, the gift through my gift of dance, and I'll spread my words to the world. I'll share my story with the world. Please, God," as if I reached out my arms to him. "Please, God, I don't want to die. I want to live. Please, God. Please, dear God. Then I saw a frightening sight. A horrible feeling came over me. There was God himself, right there. I saw him. He had the power to bring me back to life, to forgive. Yet, did I warrant such forgiveness? As I saw God shaking his head, no. Susan, no, he was saying. I felt a fear unlike any other. A lost, cold terror went through my body as a realization of the fact that I am lost forever. The realization of the horror of what must have happened to me hits me. I did die in cell block number 6, and I am now on my way to hell. I screamed out again with agony in my heart as the fear gripped me like an ocean of terror. My voice was gone, lost. No, God, please. Please don't give up on me. Please give me another chance. I screamed, please. I was on my way, my knees, face full of tears. I didn't want to die. I don't want to go to hell. Please, 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 God, give me one more chance. And again, I was crying out loud for how I had changed my life to live for God. And again, I saw myself. I saw God. I saw God himself, all white, all loving, all caring in his beard, his face, his white, pure evil, pure good. As he turned his head, his ear, he put his hand to his ear. His ears were listening to every word I was saying. I could hear, I could see he was listening to me as he placed his loving ears in the direction of where I was at. This, I screamed out even louder, as loud as I could. I knew I had God's attention. God, I need your help. Please, I'm dying. I want to go to heaven, not to hell. Please, God, save me. Then again, I heard Stephen's voice. No, I thought, he couldn't be. He's dead. Or I died, whatever it was. I simply don't understand what's going on. He was me, I was him. I said to Stephen, I need God's help. I need God's help, Stephen. Stephen said, he knows, Susan. He knows you need him. Indeed, he knows you need his help. Again, screaming out, I need God's help, Stephen. He said, he knows you need your help. And I was turning again, seeing God's ear turned towards me. He was listening to me. As I reached through my cell to him, tears in my eyes, I was heartbroken when I saw God himself shaking his head no at me. No, Susan. As I then fell on the floor with such a feeling of separation and loss, feeling beyond frozen fear of this world. No fear you could ever dream up, or anyone in a nightmare could ever come close to what I was feeling. A fear that could kill anyone. Kill anyone could ever come close to that. Oh my God. They were so soft and so held back. So full of the force of what's going on. As I cried out, please God, I don't want to die. I was in such shaking mortal terror. My realization of what it feels like to have been turned away by God himself. The loss, the separation from his love and life. I felt as though I heard Stephen's voice crying out in such pain, sorrow, and agony. He cried out, no, no, don't kill Susan. No, don't kill Susan. I cried out over and over and over. I said to Stephen as I realized Stephen had died only hours earlier. Now, somehow, yet again, he was here. He was alive again. He was trying to help me all over again. All of this I can't understand. When I'm going on, here, I am, here, it is what's happened to me. I said to Stephen, is everything okay now? He was so sad and mournfully saying, no, no, Susan, you're dying. We can't do anything about it. I bawled up and bawled out crying as I saw my face on the wall. I saw my face on the wall saying, thank you for your help. He was saying, goodbye, yet once again. I saw my face yet once again on the wall. There it was. Once again, my face on the wall.